Hi everyone, and welcome to And So On. My name is Lisa, and I just have a whole bunch of news for you. Okay, so again, I know this month has not been very good for the YouTube channel, and all I can tell you guys is life is full on, and I have to kind of roll with it. So I have so much to tell you. I have some things to share. I have some patterns and some fabric and one make. If you are new to my channel and you're like, what is this girl all about? I'm going to put a link to a playlist that has my multiple makes. So videos that have more than one make in them. So if you want to see what I do most of the time on this channel, go to that. But if you've been around here for a while, thank you so much for always coming back. I really, really appreciate it. We're getting close to 9,000 subscribers, even though I've barely been here, so that's really lovely. So we will be having a giveaway when we get to 9,000 subscribers. I have so much to tell you guys, and so I hope that you're gonna grab a cup of tea or something and just be happy to just kind of sit and let me talk at you for a little while. So you may notice the chaos behind me, which is nothing like when our house was beautiful and staged. And the good news is that's because our house is sold. Hurrah, hurrah. Very happy about that. It was a bit longer of a process than we initially anticipated, but in the end, we got what we wanted. It's a lovely family who is so excited to have a new home, and yeah, so it's bittersweet in that, of course, we've loved living here. We've been here for 12 years in this house, and my eldest daughter was 9 months when we moved here, and my youngest daughter was born at a hospital nearby. So, you know, there's certainly lots of wonderful memories here, but we're ready for the next chapter. So what is that next chapter? Well, if you follow me on Instagram, you will already know this because I did put it on Instagram about a week and a half ago. But we are moving to Spain for a year. Yes, we are going to Spain. What, when, why, what, how, huh? So we're moving to Spain. Why? Because we are taking a break from owning a house in the city. You guys know that we have a house in the country that we still have and we still are keeping and loving. But we're just taking a break because we just know we want to make a change, but we don't want to jump into a new house right away because there's nothing really that's exactly what we want. So we're just taking a little break. And to do that, we're obviously going to have to rent a house. And my husband and I, and this was just in January, we even really started considering it. My husband said, well, you've always wanted to live abroad. Why don't we do it now? It's a good time. It'll be Audrey's last year before high school, Lily's last year before middle school. And yeah, why don't we live abroad? So we started thinking about that possibility, and we thought about Italy because we do love Italy, but we love Spain, and we have friends in a town called Sitges, which is just outside of Barcelona. And on our trip in 2017, we spent a lot of time there, and maybe I'll put in some pictures of our time there. And it really felt like our home away from home on the trip. We returned a couple times. We spent a total of probably 5 weeks there, and we loved it. And so we thought, you know what, let's go to Sitges. We have friends there. Our daughters will go to a private British international school there for the year, and their daughter already goes there, so they're going to have a friend. The girls love it there. I speak a decent amount of Spanish. My husband speaks enough to go out and have a beer and find a football game and come home again. And the girls will learn, of course. And really, Sitges is a town where you can absolutely get by without speaking Spanish, but it is my goal to become fluent in Spanish while I'm there. So it just became an opportunity that we couldn't pass up. And the reason why I haven't told you sooner is because we have to get a resident visa to live there for a year, and I was nervous about the visa, and I still am. We actually still don't have it. We've put in the application, which is, you wouldn't believe how much stuff you have to have for this resident visa, and I know that it's going to be fine, but for some reason I was a little bit, I don't know, nervous to announce it before everything was settled. So it's not settled, but I'm stepping out in faith, and I believe it's going to be fine and everything's going to be great. We're going to be traveling for the first 6 weeks, so I'll be putting my travels up here. We're going to be leaving the first week of July, the end of the first week of July, and we're going to be traveling for the next six weeks after that. So we're going to be going to, low battery. I'm going to have to fix that because I got a lot to say. We're going to be going to Prague. We're going to be going to Croatia and Montenegro. And we're going to be going to Umbria in Italy. So I'll be taking you along on my travels for that. And then we get back to Spain. It'll be near the end of August. And then the girls start school in September. I am absolutely still going to be sewing. So how is this going to affect the sewing? Well, Again, you can see behind me, I got my sewing stuff out of storage and started going through it. So the first things first is to destash and then pack up. So I already have a destash of my patterns on my Instagram, and I'll link that below. A lot of it is gone, but there's some left. And then on top of that, I'm going to be destashing some fabric, and that will be today or tomorrow, depending on how fast I get it up. It's a little bit of a it's kind of crazy to get a destash done, really. And then I'm going to hopefully make a bunch of stuff before we go. So I have to kind of really be judicious because I don't have a lot of time, because we're moving out of this house in 8 weeks, maybe even just less than 8 weeks. So there's a lot to do, and I leave for Vegas on a business conference day after tomorrow. So I'll be showing you guys that as well, I hope. And so I'm kind of just trying to figure out what's going into storage, what I'm going to make, and what I'm going to bring with me. So I'm going to bring a little bit with me, not a lot, because I just feel like I can't just bring a ton of fabric. But I am going to bring probably sort of 4 or 5 pieces of fabric for spring, summer, and then I'm going to have a fall, winter suitcase, and I'm going to bring sort of 4 or 5 pieces for that. I'm also hoping to work with maybe another a fabric store over there, and hopefully maybe do something with someone over there. I've already made contact with some lovely Spanish sewists. And if you are a Spanish sewist, or you know someone who is a Spanish sewist and you'd like to put me in touch, that would be awesome. I would love to get in touch with the Barcelona sewing scene and hopefully make some friends. I definitely want to, like I said, become fluent in Spanish. And I really, not that everyone there already speaks way better English than I speak Spanish, but I don't want to be in an expat bubble. I want to get to know people and really immerse myself and live there and be part of that community. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm leaving behind my sewing machine because I just think we're not shipping stuff. We're not moving a container or anything like that. We're literally just going to bring probably like 5 or 6 suitcases and yeah, live light. And if we have to buy some stuff when we're there, we buy stuff when we're there. So I can't bring my sewing machine, and it's also on a different electricity, so I'd have to get an adapter and blah, 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 which is not a big deal, but I think in the end, I'm probably leaving my sewing machine behind, unless I get a case of like, and then I might like make a big messenger bag and have it as my carry-on. I don't know. My serger I'm going to leave behind, which sucks because I really am so loving that serger. But when I get over there, I'm sure there's a secondhand machine that I can find, or if anyone has a contact at one of the big sewing machine companies that they think, might be looking for someone for a design team, or if they know anything about that, I'd love to hear it, because I'd love to get a loaner machine for the time I'm away. That would be awesome. But yeah, so really excited. Right now I'm kind of we just got the visa application in, on Friday, and that was just such a huge stress. Like, there was the house and then it was the visa. Now it's gonna be packing up the house, but that's okay, because that's fully within our control, and we booked so much. I'm rubbing my knee because yesterday was Mother's Day and we had guests from New York, and I walked them over. We have a really beautiful, it sounds funny, a really beautiful water treatment facility a couple blocks away, and it's from the 30s. It's Art Deco. It's this really beautiful building. And I thought, oh, let's go over there and look at that. And it was freezing cold and windy and rather ill-advised, but we got there, we saw it, and then I was like, okay, let's get these guys back to the car because it's freezing. And I was running up the stairs with my hands in my pockets, and I caught my foot and I fell on the stairs, and I smashed both of my knees into the cement stairs. It was really, now it could have been way worse. I could have fallen downstairs. That would have been bad. And even falling upstairs, I came this close to smashing my face. Like, my instincts were really good to literally centimeters. So both my knees are bruised, and I broke the skin even through. I had jeans and a long sweater dress on. Anyway, it's better this morning, but it was really bad yesterday. So that's why I'm kind of rubbing them. And yeah, that was a fun Mother's Day treat. So when James was here, my friend James from New York, he was here with his husband and their son, his husband's name is Yoav, their son, Asher. And that was really fun. And he brought me, let me show you what he brought me. He brought me this beautiful bag made in Thailand. Look at this tote. Isn't this so cute? So cute. And he also got me this little project bag with sewing machines on it. Isn't that sweet? And actually he got one for himself as well. So we both have them. James loves to knit. He's a big knitter and he's starting to get into sewing. I'm starting to kind of get him into that. And he took a quilting class and I'm trying to convince him to do some garments. So we both have that, and so cute. So on Saturday, he and I went shopping. I took him to all the local yarn shops. I took him to the Workroom. And it's funny because I wasn't going to buy anything, but I got myself my Mother's Day gift because that's what you do. And that's what you do when you know that nobody else is going to do it. So at the Workroom, I found these. Now, these are the Boro wovens, and I couldn't remember what it was. I don't remember the name of the company that makes them, but if you put Boro wovens, B-O-R-O wovens in, and so they're beautiful woven cottons. And you know, I don't like to make things anymore really with quilting cottons, and so often at the Workroom I'm buying different things, but these wovens have a beautiful drape, like just gorgeous. So look at that, and that's all woven into the fabric. I'll show you the other side. See? So this is lovely. I only got a meter, and I'm just thinking some sort of top, although it would make beautiful flowy shorts as well. Yeah, I don't know, but I just thought this was beautiful. And then I also got myself 2 meters of this woven. Isn't that nice? I'll show you the other side's the same. Yeah, they're both the same. And I just thought this was so lovely and very me, as you guys know, very me. And then I picked up the Roscoe blouse because I just see it over and over and over. And every time I'm like, oh, I can find something similar. I probably have something similar in my stash. And it was there on the wall, and it was Mother's Day, and it really obviously echoed, you know, all this sort of stuff. And I just picked it up. So I don't have a lot of indie printed patterns. I have lots of indie patterns, but usually the PDF. So I think I only have like 2 or 3. Maybe I have the toaster sweater, I have the Fen dress, and then I have this. So now the yardage on it seems a lot. Like it wanted more than 2 meters for the blouse of this. It just seems like a lot, but I'm not even sure. But I was thinking I would make this out of this, but I have lots of other options. And then I don't know if I showed this to you guys, but my local knitting store is called the Purple Pearl, but there's another knitting store on Bloor Street in the west end of town, and they also carry sewing as well, and they're starting to do sewing classes. And so they had 20% off everything one day, and it was 20% off even the Nani Iro, and it's really hard to get Nani Iro on sale. So you guys might remember the V-neck top that I made out of half a yard of Nani Iro, and I'll put a picture in. I'll put the video too where I made that. And I used just a shell from J. Crew that I drew around and then cut it from that. And I love that top so much, and I've worn it so much. I thought, why don't I get a meter? Is this a yard? Wait, it might be. I think it's a yard. And I'm going to make probably a pair of matching shorts, I think. It could be a skirt or shorts. The thing about this is, can you see the texture there? See how here you can kind of, it's not just that it's the double gauze. There's a real texture in this fabric. So it's Beau Yin Yang. Even, like, I just love the selvages. You guys know I love Nani Iro. You guys know I'm a sucker for it. So I have this done. I serged the edges. Okay, am I the only one? Do you guys ever just serge things when you want to sew but you don't really have a project? So I loved it. Last night, it was Mother's Day, and I was like, I'm just gonna go upstairs and serge. It was like 9 o'clock at night. And so I serged the edge of this and the edges of my 2 new pieces so that I can wash them. And there's just something so satisfying about it. Just watching it go through those little scissors, and it's so precise, and then it wraps the edge. Yeah, serging makes me happy. Serging makes me happy. I might need to find myself a cheap serger when I'm in Spain. So I have those 3 things. And then I'm going to show you some patterns, but I also finished this while James was here. So I haven't been knitting. Well, my knitting stuff was in storage, and then I got it back, and goodness knows it's been cold enough here to be knitting. I mean, seriously, I'm wearing coats still. It's the middle of May. But for some reason, I just haven't kind of got back into it. And I'm very much someone that I've learned over the years that if I try and force my hobbies, they're no longer hobbies. And I really want to keep my hobbies my hobbies. So I wasn't forcing it. But James was here and he was knitting constantly. And so I pulled it out and I finished this. So this is my Boneyard shawl by Stephen West. It has these little ridges, like it's like a spine, right? It's got a spine that goes down the middle and the ridges, which I think is why it's called the Boneyard. I have not yet woven in the edges. I have 2 Knit Crate yarns. So this and this came from one of my Knit Crate boxes. And I'll put the discount code down there for that I have for you guys for 20% off. And then this one here is, I think it's called Nice and Easy yarn. And these are DK weight. And I think this one was a worsted weight, but it works fine. Now, the funny thing about this is sometimes with a simple pattern, it's almost harder, not harder, but I started this and it's very simple in that once you do the setup rows, you're just increasing on either side of the marker and then increasing at either end. And then you just purl back. Well, the first time I did this, I managed to forget or not read closely enough is probably the best way to increase on the ends. And so I only increased at the middle. And so I knit this entire thing 3 skeins and I didn't have it on a super long cable. And I bound off and I had a square. I had a medium-sized square that would not go around my neck. I couldn't just fudge it and make it work. And I love these colors so much. I love this yarn. I couldn't like just leave it. So I frogged the whole thing and I started re-knitting the whole thing. And now I have my thing. So I'm going to put it on for you so you can see. I love the colors of this. It goes really well with my Sylvia coat again that I made. And yeah, so clearly I have to weave in the ends and I have to block it, but yeah, isn't it pretty? I like it. I like it. I like it. Maybe I'll wear it for a little bit now. So there was that. I also had my birthday on May 1st, 45. Woohoo, 45. And my sister got me a gift certificate to Indigo, and my other sister got me a gift certificate to Amazon. So I'll probably get something sewing related out of those. Haven't done it yet. What else do I have to show you? Okay, one sec. So like I told you guys before, I have been destashing patterns, but you know, occasionally one's restashing as they're destashing. And so I was at the sale for the Textile Museum of Canada, the big one. So I wasn't even going to go because we were moving. But my mother-in-law was here, and my mother-in-law loves to sew and she loves to knit. And so she literally arrived from Vancouver at 5:30 or 6 in the morning, and I brought her to the sale at 11, and she was so happy. I got huge daughter-in-law points on that one. She loved it. She had such a great time. She bought a whole bunch of stuff and brought it all back. I spent $15 total, and I got, I'll find the fabric too. I did get 2 pieces of fabric. One, I got a brown, they're not very exciting actually. I got a brown knit fabric that'll make a really, really good quality. That'll make a really nice long sleeve top. And I got a red and white striped knit that I'm going to make a t-shirt for Audrey. But they also had patterns, and you should have seen the people lunging at the patterns, like just, I mean, I was one of them, so no judgment, but it was kind of an elbows out situation. I'm just kidding. So some of these are from that. And then I also happened to be at Value Village and I got a couple there as well. So these are all about $1-ish a piece. I can't remember which is which, where I got which. This one I know that I got at the sale. This is my favorite. So this is let's see if I can get it to, there we go. Betty Jackson, who I've never heard of before, but I'm loving that square neck wrap back top. And I'm also loving these shorts. So the shorts have no waistband and they're elastic back. So they've got keepers for a belt in the front and elastic back. And I thought I'm going to try and squeak them out of the black linen that I showed you guys last week. It'll be a squish. I might have to make the shorts a little bit shorter, which I'm fine with. It might not work out, but that's what I was thinking. I thought black linen, and it's my size, and I thought the top too is just really cool. So I found that, which is a treasure. I found this I think this is from that. I was kind of going through to figure out, but I quite like this as well. I'm thinking this, maybe soon, I'm not sure. I mean, in a perfect world, I want to make some stuff for my trip to Vegas on Wednesday. That probably won't happen, but I'd love to. Look how beautiful and pretty and classic these ladies are. I'm loving the yoke under here with the two, like, just very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. This is fun. This is a butterick. And again, I'm kind of mixing up. I know I haven't shown this to you guys before. I'm trying to remember where I got this. Love the, so this is a romper. This is a romper. And you also have the fold over one-piece shirt kind of thing, which I love. Wrap shirt. There's the romper there. I don't love strapless, but I could do like the tie neck I like. Not sure what I'm going to do with that yet. Another 5%. Talk quick. 5% left. No, more beautiful ladies. This has two darts. It has the French dart and then the side dart, which I thought was classic, and it is my size. This Vogue I quite like. It's kind of got an Adrian blouse vibe. I mean, it's a little bit different because there's the seam there, but it kind of reminded me of it with the square neck. And you've got this one's like a bubble sleeve, and then you've got the 3/4 and the long, and you've got two different lengths on the dress and a tie. So I could see making that for sure. And then this one is so cute. Look, look at their faces. I love it. I love it. Little knit tops, really easy. Size small. I'm not really a size small anymore. I'm much more of a medium, but I can make it work. I can make it work. One thing I think I'm going to make before the trip is this one here, and I have shown this to you guys before, this Simplicity. And the reason I'm going to make it is it feels really simple and it's very wearable in Vegas for my business trip, just very light. And I'm going to use this fabric that I got at this big sale haul that I did there about 1.5 years ago now almost. It's very narrow, so it's only this wide, but I've already mapped it on and the pieces are this wide as well. And there's a center seam down the front. See, there's a center seam. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, and the sleeves. And I've got a fair amount of it. It's long, and that's doubled. So it's long, it's just narrow. So I think I can get it. And I got this remnant for $2. So I figure a $2 wearable toile in a beautiful cotton. It's a woven in terms of like all the colors in there are woven, not printed. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Me Made May. I am doing Me Made May. It's perhaps not as exciting for me as it's been the last 2 years because I am just so busy and it's so cold. I can't wear a lot of my stuff. I would say more of my stuff is spring, summer, plus a lot of our stuff is still in storage. But I've been getting the Me Mades in, and you know, it doesn't have to be a fashion show every year. It can be something else. And I'll be bringing lots of Me Mades with me to Vegas. And so then there'll be some sunshine and some fun sunshiny shots to put on my Instagram. So I'll be putting it on my Instagram below. I don't know if I'm going to get it up as a video this year. I'll be totally honest, but you never know. Might happen. I don't know. And thank you to Lisa J for tagging me in the Sewist tag that has recently come out that has 15 questions about your sewing. I read it this morning and I will definitely try to get that up soon. Yeah, I'm hopefully going to be able to take you guys along as I'm deciding what to bring with me to Spain. Have you ever packed up and moved and only brought part of your stuff? What did you do? I'd love to hear that below, please. Like I said, I'm going to be putting some of my stash up for sale today or tomorrow. I'm doing that on Instagram just because it's the easiest way for me to keep track of it, you guys. Like I can't set up an eBay or an Etsy shop or anything like that. So I'm going to put my Instagram below. Even if you're not on Instagram, you can still go and look at it. And then you can, I think you do need an account to leave a message or to comment. And I'm accepting payment by either email money transfer or PayPal. That's just, again, the easiest way for me to do that. Yeah. Okay, I think that is pretty much everything. I'm sure I'm forgetting something, but I'm really excited to get ready for this move to move overseas. The girls are actually excited, which is great. If you know of any European sewing events that are happening, I'm really hoping to maybe come over to London and do some of the sewing events that are in London. I think that'd be so much fun. And I really want to travel, and I still am going to be sewing for sure in Spain and continuing to post and continuing to share with you guys. So thank you so much for watching, for always being so patient with me. If you like this video, if you like that we're moving to Spain, please give me a thumbs up and comment below and let me know what you think. And as well, if you have not subscribed already, please do subscribe and hit the notification bell. We are getting close to 9,000. And I think what I'm going to do for my 9,000 is I have someone I'm going to ask to do a free PDF that I can think of. Oh, if you are Chris Harrison, Chris Harrison, you won my last giveaway, and I've been trying to get in touch with you, and I'm not sure if you even saw, so I have to give you just this one more week. And if Chris Harrison, comment below with your email address or something, so that, or if you know Chris Harrison, so that I can get you that PDF pattern from the fold line. And if I don't hear from you before I post the next time, I'm gonna have to redraw for that previous giveaway before I list the next giveaway. Okay. Thanks again for watching, you guys. I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.